This video was made in collaboration with the Avatar Wiki. If you'd like to learn more, check out the link in the description. The Life of the Cabbage Merchant. The Cabbage Merchant was an Earth Kingdom businessman and founder of Cabbage Corp. Originally an ordinary salesman who specialized in selling cabbages, he was constantly plagued by misfortune during his business endeavors, as his cabbages were continually destroyed or damaged after encountering Team Avatar and their enemies. Inspired by an incident at the Earth and Fire refinery, the Cabbage Merchant eventually founded Cabbage Corp., a company that produces automobiles and other technologies sometime before 120 AG. Welcome to the Amagi. In today's video, we're going over the life of the Cabbage Merchant. Before we begin, we publish new content every week, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Traveling the Earth Kingdom. The Cabbage Merchant traveled to various locations in the Earth Kingdom in his profession, selling cabbages from a cart that was repeatedly destroyed, to which he would exclaim, "My cabbages!" When the Cabbage Merchant was trying to enter Omashu, his cart was destroyed by a troop of overzealous earthbending guards. He later obtained a new cart filled with more cabbages, only to have it destroyed again by the Avatar and his companions when they were riding on the Omashu delivery system. Following this, he demanded that they be beheaded, one for each head of cabbage, during their subsequent trial, but King Bumi threw them a feast instead, to the merchant's shock and annoyance. His cart was destroyed for a third and final time in Omashu by King Bumi and Aang while they rode the mail system again. At the seedy merchant's pier, his cart was destroyed by Aang when he airbent the cart while being chased by pirates, causing him to yell that the pier was worse than Omashu and walk away dejectedly. The Cabbage Merchant was among other refugees waiting at Full Moon Bay for a ferry to Ba Sing Se. While waiting, the ferry's passport attendant told him he could not bring his cabbages due to the risk of a cabbage slug infestation. The Cabbage Merchant was distraught at this, thinking there could not possibly be cabbage slugs on his cabbages. However, the attendant ordered the cart to be destroyed by a security platypus bear over the screams of the merchant. Nevertheless, her suspicions were proven correct when a cabbage slug was found among the cabbages. The Cabbage Merchant was severely traumatized by this experience and had to be carried away by the security officers. In Ba Sing Se, an escaped Rabaru ate his cabbages, to which he responded by exasperatedly saying, "Oh, forget it," and walked off to sob over his predicament. Eventually, the Cabbage Merchant met Puon Tim, an acclaimed Earth Kingdom playwright, during his travels. As Puon Tim was writing a play about Avatar Aang at the time, he provided the playwright with information about Team Avatar by recounting their many encounters. Because of the merchant's considerable knowledge on the topic, Puon Tim later mentioned him as a surprisingly knowledgeable merchant of cabbage as one of the sources of information for his play. Settling down. After the 100-Year War, the Cabbage Merchant began a small restaurant near Yudao, in the town of the Earth and Fire refinery, believing a restaurant would be a safer place to keep his beloved cabbages than a cart. When Avatar Aang visited his establishment in 102 AG, he immediately recognized him and assumed a protective stance over his cabbages, stating that bad things always happened to his cabbages when the Avatar was around. Regardless, due to his business being slow, he allowed Aang and the Air Acolytes to stay at his restaurant and even eat their own food, though only under the condition that they at least ordered one dish. He subsequently prepared his signature dish for them, namely cabbage cookies. When Aang entered into the spirit world, he became fearful once more for the safety of his cabbages, and moments later an earthquake tipped over his cabbages. As General Old Iron prepared to attack the village around the Earth and Fire refinery, the villagers needed to evacuate, the Cabbage Merchant being one of them. Forced by Katara to leave his restaurant, he tearfully lamented the loss of his cabbages once more. When the waterbender attempted to comfort him by saying that they would get him new cabbages, the Cabbage Merchant claimed that it would not be the same. While sobbing, however, he suddenly noticed Satoru driving his forklift and with an inspired look in his eyes exclaimed what a remarkable machine it was. After the conclusion of the battle between Avatar Aang and the ancient spirit, the Cabbage Merchant approached Satoru and asked if he was the one who built the forklift. This encounter would eventually make the Cabbage Merchant bid his produce-selling days goodbye and set up an automotive company, Cabbage Corp., oriented to the manufacturing of automobiles. His son, Lao Ganlan, later took over its ownership. Legacy. Outside Cabbage Corp's headquarters, a metal statue of the Cabbage Merchant was erected in order to commemorate his first stand in Republic City. Perched atop a high pillar, he is depicted standing while raising a cabbage in the palm of his hand next to his cart full of cabbages. Did you enjoy our video? Be sure to check out these other great videos from the Amagi, and make sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.